you get hurt pretty bad out here, you're like, you're probably gonna die.
Most of this place is built on repurposed tree salvage stuff.
Kindergarten through 7th all in one room. Everybody was there.
Yep.
Your great-grandfather came here probably around 1858, maybe?
Somewhere in there, yeah. He came here with the Pony Express Company.
Area 51, the St. Douglas Area 52.
Rock Hopper here, and I'm out here in the outback of Utah. And what is this highway? The Weiss Highway or the Weiss Highway? Looks like anything but a highway. Where does it go? Let's take it and find out. Baby, I'm on track, heading for the outback. No services ahead. Looks pretty remote. Let's check it out. One of my favorite places to be and things to do are going out on the open road and being behind the wheel of a car venturing down a remote and lonely road, especially if I've never been on that road before. Radio on, wide open expanse of nature spreading out in front of me, the hum of pavement or the crunch of gravel beneath my wheels as I travel. Window down, fresh air blowing in my hair, the scent of sage or pine or sea. Out here I'm carefree and without responsibilities, with absolute freedom to go wherever I want and wander as I please. Nobody even knows where I am, but that's okay. I'm like a bird with wheels as my wings, my spirit soaring like the raptors floating above me. My mind unclutters, and mental and emotional reset might occur. I feel exhilarated. I'm free like the herds of deer and pronghorn and wild horses that dash across the landscape. Out here, I'm in no hurry, and I've got no worries. I'm surprised the first part is paved. Certainly it can't be like this all the way. Well, that didn't last long. Okay, we're into the gravel and dirt road now. The first sign of human anything out there looks like an old water tank and maybe a shed of some sort. Dave and Darla made their mark here, though. This is some seriously wide open, spacious country out here. Very remote, very wild. I haven't even seen a cow yet. What road signs in the West would be complete if they weren't riddled with bullet holes?
When I feel my life's gone bust and I get some wanderlust, I know I can always turn to you. You are so untied and you keep me satisfied. That's why I'll always turn to you.
This is a landscape where dust devils are right at home. Quite a few forming around here. It's windy a lot. According to my map, it looks like this is the Fish Springs range behind me here. And there was once a site called Fish Springs up the road, kind of back up that way. But it's no longer in existence, apparently. And it's hot. It's about 98 degrees right now. This makes Nevada's Highway 50, the road that's billed as the loneliest road in America, look like an interstate or a superhighway. It probably once was the loneliest road in America. However, once they started publicizing it, it no longer became that. It certainly has been highly publicized. And it's gotten a lot of tourists since then who want to drive, what they say is the loneliest road in America. As you can see, this looks like a lonely road. A truly lonely road. And surprisingly, I still haven't even seen a cow. Looks like we're going up over a little tiny summit up ahead. Hey, look, there's a sign. Let's see what that says. Fish Springs, 14 miles to the right, Dome Canyon, 22 miles to the left, and Kalau, 37 miles straight ahead. Oh, this is the Pony Express Road here. Yeah, look at that, 16 miles to the Pony Express Road. Okay, wow, look at the dust. Man, it's really windy out here. It's like blowing 30 with gusts of 40, and it's just kind of nasty. And it's a hot wind. It's now 99 degrees. There's a sign saying Fish Springs Wilderness Study Area. Heading north, that certainly looks like another very lonely road. I watched an antelope ground squirrel scurry across the road, and that's when I noticed this, a dead sheep. I mean, this is a harsh environment to have sheep roaming around, don't you think? I mean, look at this desert out here. Doesn't that look pretty bleak to you? That out there, that's from where we've come. Looks like we're gonna go over Sand Pass. The house range is to the south apparently, and the fish springs to the north. Remember I was saying it's hot? Well, it's now 100. We've just come over that little pass, so I guess that was it, Sand Pass. Not very big. There's the mountain ranges to the south. Quite a big valley out there and more dust devils forming.
There's just one thing I'd like you to do. I want you to rock me, rock hopper, and take me far away. Rock me, rock hopper, doesn't matter if it's night or day. Rock me, rock hopper, when I wanna have some fun.
Looks like the remnants of an old corral, and yet I don't see any cattle anywhere around here still. I just checked my phone to see if there is any cell service, and it should come as no surprise to anybody that there is no cell service out here. You've got to be prepared. You got to be thinking, you got to have stuff with you. Food, water, maybe you need extra gas. I don't know. I've got a hybrid car now, so I'm doing real well on the gas mileage. I can get about up to probably 600 miles on a tank full of gas. It's another sign. Well 58. That's the road that takes you south toward Cowboy Pass, Thule, and all that.
Rock me, rock hopper, you are the one.
Am I hallucinating? Is the heat frying my brain? Is that an actual tree growing out here? My gosh, I think it is. Look at that. A tree. Looks like the road's taking a turn to the north now, or northwest anyway. I'm noticing more trees now, so we must be getting higher in elevation.
When you take me on a quest, I know that you do it best. That's why I wanna roam with you.
I thought from a distance it might have been a cow, but no, it's just actually a couple of old tires out there.
You teach about survival. You're my friend and not my rival. That's why I'll always roam with you.
Some interesting rock formations out there to the right of the car on the road. I have yet to see another car. The only things I've seen out here aside from the desolation are a couple of horned larks and an antelope ground squirrel. And the only sound is the relentless wind. It's a little dusty out here. Coming on over to the other side now, and that's the view. A very expansive, wide-ranging view. Big country out here for sure.
I love adventure. What else can I say? Come on, come on.
Quite a big sign out here. I hope things are going dandy and gandy. It looks like there might be a little settlement at Trout Creek, and maybe that's where the church is there. I just came down the road about 100 yards just to check out the sign and see what was on it. So apparently we're 78 miles from Delta, and Delta on its own is pretty out there. I don't know what awaits us, but it looks like this road may go up into the mountains. We'll see. I just checked my side view mirror, and there's a car after what, 2.5 hours maybe? Behind me, coming up. I'm gonna let him go by. Well, he's creeping up on me. So if I could find a place to get to the side a little bit, I'll let him pass. Okay, see you later. Looks like one of the local ranchers, maybe. Looks like he's headed off to Kalau, which is 6.2 miles away, down that road over there. That's where he was headed. So there must be a little ranch or a settlement or something out there. You know what? Let's head out to Kalau and see what's out there. I'm curious. Are you? I'm seeing what look to be ranches out here. It's getting late in the day. I don't know if we can find any people to talk to. Maybe there's a rancher or somebody out here. Maybe there's nobody at all. I guess we'll find out. I was now on a mission to find a person who could tell me about the region and what life is like way out here. There does appear to be farming operations here. Somebody's growing alfalfa out there, and they've got irrigation going on with the sprinkler system here. I have not seen any actual human beings yet, however. I'm not sure if it's just a few scattered ranches out here or what. Off to the right, it looks like there's somebody's house. We're getting close to other houses? I don't know. Some old structures look to be to your right there. Very old structures. Oh, that's cute. Look on the top of that roof. It's like a dinosaur up there. Okay, I just met a guy back here. I think he said his name was Dale. I just saw a guy in the yard there and I waved to him and he came to the fence. So he's coming around the fence and he should be here in just a minute. This is Neil, not Dale. So he's going to show us around a bit, tell us a little bit about the history of this area and a little bit about life here in how do you say it?
Calio?
Calio. Tell me a little bit about this place.
They were built by a great-grandfather, great-grandpa. I'm not sure I have to double check, but yeah, he took all the those mountains over there, Deep Creek Mountains. He pulled all these logs out of there and built it with his own two hands. Team of horses and stuff. This is Bruce Johnson's cabin now. And Regine, she knows a little history about the area.
So your great-grandfather, he harvested all these logs and he brought them down on a cart pulled by mules or what?
Yeah, I think a mule team. And yeah, he built these cabins. He built a few cabins around the town. I'm not sure exactly how many, but he built all these. He built a barn down the other place. I can show you that too.
So these cabins are, how old would you say? Over 100 years?
Yeah, like 120, maybe 130.
Wow, okay.
Like, tops.
That was rough work back then.
Crazy to think of, everything goes into living, you know what I mean? Just the things we take for granted every day,
You're what, 5th generation or something here? How long's your family been here?
I should know. I don't know, like for over 100 years. I have to go ask my mom. Like, my grandma, like when she was born, they brought her by train to Gold Hill. I don't know if you went through Gold Hill,
No.
It's like there's no train anywhere near there now. It was like a pretty good, bustling town, like 24 miles. That way it's like a ghost town now. So it's crazy how everything changes.
What's it like living out here? This is, by most people's standards, this is pretty remote.
Yeah, it is remote. Either you kind of love it or you hate it. I really love it. It's paradise to me. It's so beautiful out here. Just kind of take it for granted. I don't know if there's many places in the world left like Calio. We could play our music as loud as we want to right now, bro. No, like ever come bothers about it.
You can kind of do what you want out here and nobody bothers you.
Yeah, dude, yeah, growing up, coming down here as a kid, and it's a blast, everything is just fun, everything was an adventure, I remember when there's no trees, like all these trees, they're only like over 40, like 5 years old, I don't know, someone started one somewhere, but I remember like Calio was just flat, through all the bushes and everything now. Pretty good national forest going on.
So how many people live out here, would you say?
Maybe 30, I don't know. Like 30, probably 30 roughly.
How far is the nearest grocery store from here?
Like 80 miles, any which way you go to Delta, Baker, or Windover. It's all, or 80 miles. Like it's 40 to the nearest Cape Road. So you really got to stock up, like on whatever you like, soda pop and all that stuff.
When you get supplies, you got to get a lot of them.
Yeah, because, whatever you're going to want. Yeah.
So 80 miles to the nearest grocery store. What about a gas station? Same distance?
Yeah, the same distance. And the neighbors here, everybody's like, really, you can buy gas often. Usually, if you go and ask them when you get to town or something, like, if you really need to. If you get hurt pretty bad out here, you're like, you're probably going to die. Like, it's far from any hospitals, too. So it's like anyways, like passed away. It seems like down to other place. Like throughout the years, it's kind of, you gotta keep them somewhere, you know, where they passed away, and it's just, kind of hard. You know, you think about it, it's coming from town, like, I don't know, 80 years ago, 60 years ago, something like that. Or, you know, if you have like an emergency, like, you know, if someone dies or passes away or something, you have you know, there's a lot of time. Just as, you know, family left, like, you know, the deceased, you know, I know.
So people are pretty helpful toward one another here, would you say?
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sure my neighbors would help me out with anything, you know, they could. I try not to ask him for anything. He asked me for beer and cigarettes, but no one smokes cigarettes because everybody's kind of religious and stuff. Her whole life, she went to school out here and everything, you know.
Oh, your grandma grew up here?
Yeah.
And she's just down the road, just down that way?
Oh yeah, well, she passed away, but her house is. I went to school here. I was the oldest kid. I was in seventh grade. One teacher, Mrs. Garland, she still lives here. The other end. Yeah, we all go kindergarten through seventh, all in one.
In one school?
Yeah, one room. Yeah.
Oh, one room.
Yeah. It was cool.
Kindergarten through seventh, all in one room. Everybody was there.
Yep.
Where was that school at?
That was right up the road here. That was the old this old church turned into a school when there was enough kids to go to school here, which hasn't been for a long time. So now they all go to school down in Partone, you know, in the high school, or I think that's what they do. I don't know. I'm gonna have the loop.
Oh, how far away is that?
Like about 20 miles.
20 miles.
Yeah.
Okay, 20 miles to the nearest school.
My mom went to, and they went to school out here too. You know, same kind of thing. They grew up out here. They had their little one-room schoolhouse, which is now over there.
Okay, so your grandma went to school up the road, county school?
Oh yeah, or the old school building is now the county yard. It's like a county building or something. Well, I guess the school is always a county building, but that's where it is. It still stands to this day. It's in decent shape, I guess. My grandpa, he just built a little, or dug a well, you know, and so like if you try to water his garden, the water table is a lot. You know, you can just dig a few feet and get your water. And I was thinking it's dry now, but you know, I was thinking for like, you know, like a sign up, you know, for the wishing well. Come by, throw a coin in there, and give me some beer money out of it.
Yeah, wishing well that makes you beer money.
Yeah. The Jugaway Proving Grounds are like right up there. All finished all around at night. These weird lights, you know, you see a lot of aircraft and stuff. Strange lights. People have said that Jugaway's do the Area 52 or something. I don't know.
Area 51?
There's Area 51, they say Douglas Area 52. I don't know.
Okay,
You
so...
ever heard that?
No, I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
So they might have some of the alien spacecraft there?
Yeah, I think so.
Or some aliens, possibly?
Oh, man. Yeah, if you just sit around, you'll see some weird lights out here, yeah. Okay, and I'm skeptic. Like, usually, like, you know, go for, like, you know, all the UFO stuff. It's okay, you know, but it takes a little bit for... And there's some weird stuff out here that's like, whoa.
What do these lights look like?
It's hard to tell the distance. You know what I mean? Like look either like farther away, but like you're closer. And I think that they have some kind of like cloaking thing that like makes them look like a piece of sky. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's hard to explain. You see like a distorted shape, but it's like it blends in with this background. You know what I mean? And there'll be there was like a spotlight thing off of it, but it's hard to explain. I mean, I guarantee if you spend a night here, you'll see the same thing. So even now, it's like normal, you know. I know even before we'd like, oh, what's that? Look out the window and stuff. Now it's just like, weird lights, yeah. And they're out there. Yeah.
What color are these lights usually?
It's like a strobe pattern, like a kind of a pinkish red, green to blue. But it has to be some kind of cool technology probably to come up with that Dugway and stuff. I've heard tell that Granite Mountain out there is like hollow. I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, people have seen the airplanes that fly into the mountain, but they like just fly into it. I've seen like a huge big silver thing over there, like by Fish Springs. It was like, I can't even, it's immense. But I actually got pictures of the stuff. It was crazy. But she has, like, you know, in my opinion, like, you know, like proof of, like, you know, extraterrestrials, ghosts, like that. Just good pictures.
Who has the pictures?
Oh, Aaron Jean. My Aaron Jean.
Oh, you're in.
Yeah.
So she's got pictures of these things?
Oh yeah, she has all kinds of pictures, bro. Yeah, Yeah.
It'd be cool if she could show the pictures to me.
Man. I can lighten things up a little higher.
This guy right here just ran up to the fence to say hi, so I figured, yeah, I gotta scratch his head a little bit. How you doing, buddy? Got these guys here too. Welcome to Catville. Got a few cats here. Like maybe, I don't know, 8 or 9. Or...
Hi, Mama.
The structure right over there, that was an old ice house built by his grandfather. Was it your grandfather or your great-grandfather?
Oh, great, grandpa and mom.
Or it might have been great-grandfather, or even great-great-grandfather.
You get the cats to eat peacocks? I think they're
Get the cats to eat peacocks.
yeah, if you find something that ate cats, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, being kind of...
This guy right here, that's Edgar Winter. That's his name. Neil said I could park it here on the family property, and hopefully tomorrow we can talk to his aunt and check out those weird, bizarre UFO pictures and whatever else she managed to get video or photos of. Good morning. Let's see if we can find Neil and maybe get a chance to talk to his aunt. I parked it for the night here by the trees. Okay, I just talked to Neil. There he goes. So I don't know about getting the chance to talk with his aunt or not. The grave that's back there, that's your relative?
Yes, that was my relatives. Although, they're not really... my grandfather is not really buried there. He's hanging out in Mary Jean's closet for eternity for now. However, yes, his marker is there. Bruce Toons was my grandpa's friend. He was a Korean and Vietnam veteran. His ashes are interred there. Dippy, my grandpa's dog, a beloved dog of many years, is also out buried there. My cousin Hody is also interred there. His ashes. May they rest in peace.
This is Neil's mom here. Hey, how you doing today?
Hi there.
All right, well, hope everything goes well. You getting the truck loaded up?
Yeah, got her done again.
All right, well, you take care. I'll see ya.
Take care too. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Unfortunately, I guess we won't get to see Ray Jean, his aunt's pictures of the really bizarre things like UFOs and I don't know what else is on there. But yeah, they're having a little family drama going on today, so I'm just going to head on down the road. There might be somebody else I can interview. I met her last night, so we'll see if she's around maybe. She's a rancher. That's interesting. Looks like an old road department building. I wonder if it's still in use. What used to be the school right here. The Callio School closed 14 years ago. There's one of those little mini libraries right in front of it. Here's a peek inside the school. Established in 1913, the Lincoln Highway was the first transcontinental automobile road across the United States. It stretched from Times Square in New York City to Lincoln Park in San Francisco. There's a little monument here to the Pony Express, and pause it and have a read. It's kind of interesting. The Willow Springs Pony Express station was here. It was established in April of 1860, and it lasted until October of 1861 before it was replaced by the Transcontinental Telegraph Line, rendering the Pony Express obsolete. There are a few ranches out here. This is Dennis Tim, and he's got some real interesting stories from history, Pony Express and whatnot. Let's hear about that.
This town of Callio, it was originally known as Willow Springs, and it was a stop on the Pony Express route. Reason being, there's natural springs, there's water here. They could grow hay to stock the stations across the desert in both directions. A major stop on the Pony Express route, and kind of a resupply station as well. And my great-great-grandfather helped Major Egan establish all this back at that time. Then when they went out of business in 1860, whatever it was, he bought their holdings here in Willow Springs, which later became Callio. Yeah, my family's been here ever since. I'm a fifth generation, consecutive generation that's lived here in Callio. I've now got grandkids living here, so there's 7 consecutive generations that are now living in Callio.
So you've got some deep roots here.
Yeah.
And your grandfather, your great-grandfather came here probably around 1858, maybe?
Somewhere in there, yeah, in the late 1850s, somewhere. His name was George Washington Boyd. Yeah, he came here with Pony Express Company, the Overland Express, whatever it was, to establish this this route for the Pony Express through here.
So they deliberately sent him out here.
Yes.
Okay, as part of the Pony Express establishment,
Yeah. Yep.
which only lasted a short time.
Yep.
But it made history forever.
It made history. Yeah.
Big history in this country.
Yeah. And this is kind of where he ended up after it went belly up.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing that story.
You bet.
That's Dennis's residence there. This is Connor. He lives in this house, and he grew up right here. And he's going to tell us a little bit about this house and its construction because it's really unique.
This house is built out of adobe, approximately 8 inches by 4 inches by a foot slabs. The adobe was locally sourced out on the flat. They made them out there and they brought them in, imagine, by wagon. Stacked them here and built this house. My grandfather moved here in the early 70s, fixed this house up. It was kind of getting run down. He painted everything. Our firm belief is if you paint those over that adobe, it preserves it, keep it from crumbling down. In the 80s, he did a lot of concrete work around the bottom of the adobe to shore it up. This addition here was the post office just after the Pony Express. I don't have an exact date on when that was.
And you don't really know how old the house is exactly, do you?
I don't. Late 1800s, as far as I know.
Okay. And so let's just take a quick look right up here. This is actually the post office window right there. Is that right?
Yep.
So this was the post office for this town. And
This slot was a mail drop.
and what do you use this thing for now?
Just our pantry. We got refrigerators and freezers in there and all of our food.
Okay, so from post office to pantry.
Yep. You're welcome to check it out. It's not pretty, but that's what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty, just functional. Yeah, that works. Yeah. Freezers right there. Fridges. Little microwave back there, looks like.
I cut a little meat right there. How it is.
Yeah, and you've been learning what, metal fabrication?
Yeah, I've taught myself mechanics and fabrication, and now I'm working on machining. I like to build engines as a hobby. I'm working on getting all this stuff to be able to do everything out here without having to go to town, go to a machine shop or any of that stuff.
Because it's really good to be resourceful out here, because I mean the nearest, where do you have to drive 2.5 hours just to get stuff in Spanish Fork, right?
Right.
So that's 5 hours just in driving in a day alone.
Yeah. We're baling hay, for instance, and we have to go get some part that breaks. You know, that's sometimes it's an expensive trip for a $10 part.
So if you can make your own parts, you know, you're doing all right.
Yeah, and save all those hours.
And some money too.
Yeah.
You're telling me there's the nearest school is how many miles away?
25 miles.
And your family, at least your grandma, she was a school teacher, right?
Yep.
Tell me about that.
My grandma was a school teacher for 42 years. She, out of college, she moved out here, worked for a few years, met my grandpa. They moved into this house together and lived here ever since. My grandmother just moved out of this house. We switched houses a couple years ago. My wife is a current school teacher now, working 25 miles away.
And I met your mom last night, so does she live here as well?
Yeah, she lives in the third house over.
And she grew up here, as did you.
Yep.
You have a ranch here, I take it?
Yes, cattle ranch. 250 mother cows, approximately. About what we can manage at the moment.
So that keeps you plenty busy.
We got chickens too, and we had horses, but...
And you got somebody opening the door. Is it all right to
Yeah.
film the door? Oh well, she's gone. That was cute when she opened and looked out.
Yeah, that's Borelli. It's my youngest.
Okay. How old is she?
She's 2.
Can we say hi to her for just a sec?
Borelli! Hey Borelli, you wanna come out?
No.
No. You're welcome to come in. If you want.
Okay, well we're just coming in the house. So this is what ranch life looks like inside the historic house.
We've got the wood burning stove.
Oh, cool.
Stove.
So you've got that stove looks really old there, and then this one looks like it's maybe from the 50s or something, 60s maybe.
Tag says on it 49.
49. Okay, so this stove is 1949,
Yeah.
and this one's probably like 1900 or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So are these are the main stoves you cook on right here?
Yep. In the wintertime when it's cold outside, we use the wood fire stove.
Okay.
And then the rest of the time we use that.
For the rest of the time, this one, and when it's really cold, that one right there.
Yep. This whole house is solely heated by wood. It's a small house. Our bedroom is where the living room should be, and
Oh, okay, so you got a wood stove back there for
yeah,
heat.
so I could tend the
I'll just show the stove there.
fire.
So this is what keeps the house warm in the winter, you know, in addition to if they're cooking on the wood stoves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
this is pretty much the main heat of the house.
okay, so that's the main house heat right there. And we're just coming into the living room here. So I got some ceiling fans and comfortable little house here. And you got a nice little kitchen right back in here. This is the rest of the kitchen. So are these cupboards original to the...
My grandfather built those in '73. My grandpa started building this place when he was 50 years old. He tore down a old mine shack from a local mine up here that closed and brought the plywood home and cut it up and built these cabinets with it.
Okay, so he was into repurposing.
Yeah, most of this place is built on repurposed tree salvage stuff.
What else did he repurpose?
About everything. That red shed outside is, we call it the tax shed. It came from Gold Hill. It was actually the shop to the Ford dealership that was in Gold Hill.
How long ago was there a Ford dealership there?
It would have been probably 1910-ish era. I could be wrong, but I believe Gold Hill had the first Ford dealership in Utah.
Yeah, because I'll probably be heading to Gold Hill.
There used to be a train out of Gold Hill that went to Salt Lake. The old timers, the old locals around here can remember walking from here to Gold Hill to get on the train to go to Salt Lake. As kids, that's what they would do that. 8, 9-year-old kids would walk from here to Gold Hill, get on the train, and go see their family.
And how far is Gold Hill from here?
It's approximately 30 miles.
So these little kids would walk 30 miles?
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a hike.
Yeah.
To get on the train.
Get on the train. That was a mine camp shack. That's what we call the bunkhouse now.
We're back behind?
That, our grandpa built that for a granary. And it was also out of the salvage stuff that he got from this mine that closed down. This red building here was the garage for the Ford dealership in Gold Hill. On the inside you can see it still has the doors that open up.
Okay, so this used to be the Ford dealership in Gold
These
Hill.
doors used to open up like that.
Wow, you can tell it's pretty old from these, what are these, insulators up here?
Yeah. Telegraph insulators?
Yeah,
Yep.
so those are probably from the, I'm thinking like the 1930s, maybe?
I think it's older than that. Those are insulators for telegraph wire for off the train that used to run. Lots of this stuff was, repurposed and salvaged. There's really not a lot laying out on the desert like other places there is.
So most of what was at Gold Hill has
Yeah.
been repurposed
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah, the train station that was in Gold Hill got moved to Ivapaw.
Is there much in Ivapaw?
Yeah, there's a handful of ranches in Ivapaw. There's it's called the Trading Post. I can't remember if there's a sign there or not. But it looks like a kind of a abandoned ranch. There's a couple, 3 houses. There's no vehicles or anything by it. It looks like 2 houses that are side by side with the breezeway. And that was the train station. And the train just go right in between the 2.
So how did they get this building here?
So they put it up on log skids, just rough log skids, and drug it across the road for 30 miles.
All the way to here?
All the way to here. I jacked this building up and re-leveled it a handful of years ago. And you can see where some of the corners got rubbed when they were coming through the pass. Sanded off.
So they were just pulling this thing with a pickup truck?
I
Or
imagine so, yeah.
yeah, for 30 miles, dragging it on skids the whole way.
Yep. Okay, this is our root cellar. My grandpa dug it in probably about 75. And he hand dug it. There wasn't any equipment out here at that time that could dig it. He did that. He poured the concrete. At the same time he was pouring the concrete around the house. All the concrete was just hand batched here. Go find aggregate out of the wash and mix cement powder in that way, and that's how it was done.
So your grandpa dug this root cellar out entirely by hand with just a shovel, no backhoe at all?
Backhoe, nothing.
Just a shovel.
Just a shovel.
That must have taken him a little while.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody knows how long it took him. That was a project he worked on until it was done.
Yeah, must have been a few tons of dirt that he took out of there. And he did this back in the 1970s, huh?
Yep. Approximately 75.
So there's the root cellar. Do you want to go peek
Yeah,
in there? So we're coming down into the root cellar. And yeah, it's nice. Got some, looks like canned peaches or apricots, pears, whatever, apples maybe. And it's a lot cooler down in here, so it keeps things pretty fresh, I would say. Of course, they're all canned, so. But you could put a few things down here for a while if you needed to, right?
Yep. These crocks we use to make sauerkraut.
Okay, you make your own sauerkraut here. So you dug out the dirt first, and he piled it up, and then he had to pile it over the structure again.
To make the dirt roof. Yep.
So I noticed there's a lot of fruit trees around here. What are you growing mostly?
We've got peaches, apples, pears, apricots, plums, cherries. My grandpa would just stick a fruit tree in wherever he felt like there should be one. So they're all over the yard. We can as much as we care to, more than we care to. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, so that keeps you going with fruit through the winter.
Yep. Yeah, you have to do it.
And do you also grow vegetables?
Yes, we have a garden over on the other side of the property. This town is only here because it was a spring seep, a little oasis pop up here on the edge of the mountains, out in the middle of the salt flat. There used to be marshland for 3 miles that way, 10 miles wide. Now it's all dried up. Couldn't find water if you dug a couple feet. It's drying up out here.
So the water table here is dropping?
Just dropping.
And everything's just drying up, huh?
Everything's drying up. We have to factor in for dropping our well depths every 10 years or so.
This is an area filled with history, and I was now leaving it for another place, which is also quite historic. We're going to be taking a right and going on the old Pony Express route. Taking a little cruise out to Gold Hill, and there's the road we'll be taking. Out behind me, in the vastness, is Dugway Proving Grounds, and this is where a lot of the really weird occurrences take place, this is where I was told that they see a lot of UFOs and strange lights in the sky and all that sort of thing going on. Also, there is a sort of aircraft that flies out of here apparently, and it's in a teardrop shape with the end being the shorter, smaller end of the teardrop, and the wings are kind of up front, and it's got like a bubble dome, and it has an actual tail in the back, and it apparently flies as quietly as a bumblebee, and it is as large as a 747, some kind of stealth plane. It's black or dark gray. If anybody out there knows what this type of plane is, let me know in the comments. Be real interested to know what you know. You wouldn't know it, but out in the middle of Dugway Proving Grounds is a small city, and it's accessible only by military personnel. I'm not about to go poking around anywhere out there because I was told that if you go beyond the signs for the Dugway Proving Grounds, it won't be more than a couple minutes before a Black Hawk helicopter comes to go and greet you and tell you very firmly that you're not supposed to be here. Wow, it's bright out here. Sorry, I've got to put these on. It's just too bright. Somebody told me they thought they test biological and chemical weapons in Dugway Proving Grounds. So I was also told that. Look around this vastness here. Yeah, have a good look at this. Everywhere you look, it's wide open. Big country out here. And I was told that people go missing out here all the time. And the latest example happened about 2 years ago. It was a woman about 6 foot tall, 21 years old, and she disappeared and was never seen again. They did put the dogs out. They did fly 2 airplanes and a helicopter. They had trackers. They had search and rescue. Going over ground, they had one of the guys on an ATV going up and down for 10 miles in a grid pattern with 10-foot spaces between where he was. And there was no trace of her. And to this day, nobody knows what's happened to her. The girl's name was Elizabeth Green, and she was a tall, slender woman. So if anybody knows anything about this girl, please let me know in the comments. There's a fairly good chance she could be alive out there somewhere. She went missing from Callio, Utah. Let me take a couple of photographs inside Dugway here, and I'll show those to you. That looks like an old sign pointing to some springs down that little tiny road. We're not going there though. We're getting up into some hills now. Just came over a little pass here and we're dropping down. We're coming into some place that has some houses, trailers and whatnot. I'm guessing this might well be Gold Hill. Looks like an old general store or mercantile to the right. Yep, this is Gold Hill all right. This fading sign tells you a little bit about Gold Hill. On the side it says Goodwin Mercantile Company, General Merchandise. I think on the front of that building it says General Mercantile Company. Not sure, it's fading pretty badly. Gold Hill was established in 1892 as a mining town and has experienced several boom and bust cycles, first driven by gold and copper, then by arsenic during World War I, and later by tungsten during World War II. The town's prosperity fluctuated in sync with the demand for various minerals. The school closed in 1946 and the post office closed in 1949, and it almost became a ghost town. Well, I've been knocking on a few doors, can't find any sign of life here, no people so far. Connor told me to look for a person that was here named Claudia. Been searching but haven't found any sign of life in this town. It's kind of a ghost town, but I know people live here because he told me they do. I think maybe everybody went to town, meaning Spanish Fork, because it is Friday. And that's the day when everybody goes because there's no kids in school. 4-day school week. Going in this old building for just a sec, I was told by a guy named Tom, finally found somebody in a house and knocked on the door and there was somebody there. And he told me that this was possibly a beauty salon back in the day. Way, way, way back. Just looking at some of the graffiti on the wall here. You got 1981. Right there, somebody wrote their name. Got some old linoleum down here and an old bed. Wow, check it out. Really old newspapers on these walls, like really old. Oh, look at that old picture right there. These must be from, I don't know if I can find a date on this. These look to be around maybe 1920. And look at the haircuts, you know, the hairdos on the women there. It's upside down, but there you go. Is that better? Okay. Oh, look at that picture. Yeah, this is some old stuff on this wall. An ad for a tire right there. I don't know, how old do you think that tire is right there? Maybe 1920s, 30s? I can't find a date on these exactly, but pretty old for sure. I just found evidence of a date. So this one says 1920 model Ford sedan, $850. So this newspaper is probably from 1920 or... Just found a date on one of the papers, 1920. Right there. Yep, so I guessed pretty accurately, judging by the hairstyles and pictures. A Victrola record player, 35 bucks. I think I just found the SS Minnow off Gilligan's Island, and you wouldn't expect to find a boat out here, would you?
You wake me up inside and help my spirit thrive. I turn to you when I wanna feel alive.
Something was there, but it burned down. Might have been the oldest bowling alley in Utah, as Tom was telling me. So Tom said, the guy that I met, there's about 5 or 6 permanent residents, and maybe a few that come and stay in the summer. He confirmed that, yeah, if you want to have a bunch of military guys meet you, just go past the signs on the Dugway Proving Grounds. Also, yeah, you don't want to lose your cattle there, because he said they held the cattle of some rancher for a couple of weeks and gave him 15 minutes to come get them and get them out of there. Also, there is a small city, about 2,000 people, in the middle of Dugway there, with a high school and a grocery store and everything. But civilians cannot use it. Highly restricted area. He did confirm that there were chemical and biological weapons that they tested in Dugway. That concludes our tour of Gold Hill. There's a little bit more of this highway, and we're going to take it now. We're going to take Gold Hill Road up over the hills and see where that takes us. Came over a little pass and now heading down. Looks like we're going to head down into a valley again. Yeah, came up and over into the juniper trees. The valley's just up ahead there. So the first day I only saw 2 cars until I got to Callio. What's this up ahead? Are we actually hitting a stop sign? Does this mean that we've met pavement? It looks like pavement, all right. Not a lot of traffic. Like, no cars at all. Yeah, like nothing. Look, there actually is a car coming along. This is the road from which we've come, and we're heading that way. Callio 32 miles and Delta 122. That's how far we've come. Having only seen 2 cars on the first day and then just a few cars the next, I think this definitely qualifies as one of the loneliest little highways and roads in America. This was certainly a lonely road, much lonelier than Highway 50 through Nevada, which is billed as the loneliest road in America. This paved road so lonely you could pee in the middle of the road, literally. That's why I call these roads pit mudders. Pee in the middle of the road, abbreviated. Or you could dance in the middle of the road if you like. Now that we've hit pavement again, I think that concludes our journey. Don't forget to give me a like on the video, share, and subscribe. Until next time, this is the Rock Hopper. I'll see ya.
Rock me!